outside the Howard County Government Building in Ellicott City, soft, soothing music. Young orchestra students from across the county, including Angie Kramer's 11-year-old daughter, Callista, part of what can be called a musical protest.
I'd like to think of it as music advocacy. We're here advocating for fully funding the budget for the school system, not cutting music.
Gentle, peaceful music amid a disruptive move by the Howard County Public School System's recent proposed budget cuts, which includes eliminating several gifted and talented elementary teacher positions and third-grade orchestra. Parents like Kramer fighting now to keep the funds, notably for the music programs.
There is so much that you learn from music. Besides the beauty, students learn a craft. They learn to work hard, persevere, diligence, work with others.
Tonight, the music plays before the Howard County Council's public budget hearing, where council members will consider County Executive Calvin Ball's proposed budget, which includes funds to restore funding cut by the school system. Among those urging council members to approve Ball's budget, 11th grade student Antonio Clay Hardy.
Students, this budget reflects a dedication to investing in the future success of this county.
Music teacher Patricia De Oreo also set to testify.
I'm very shocked that we continue to try to cut a program that is so very successful in this county. It's something that our children love, they participate in, and they have great success with it.
Meanwhile, more music as supporters boast Ball's budget proposal that they say could ensure the music plays on.
He understands the long-term value, the moral value, the connectivity value of bringing music to our community.
Come on! Big smiles! I've come here for the Christmas tree lighting and to meet all of my friends from Annapolis. They always want to know where Santa is and what do the reindeer eat and what do the elves do and how do we make it snow here from the North Pole. We are here celebrating Christmas.
Are you excited for Christmas?
Yeah.
Say, what do you want for Christmas?
Shoes.
Nike shoes.
Nike shoes. Wow, that's a big ask.
Yeah.
I got you. What's a good name?
George.
Uncle,
we're here for the tree lighting. Yeah, we can't wait. And we saw Mrs. Claus and the opening of Tate, and we're getting some hot chocolates. Everyone's out here, and everybody wants their hot chocolate.
We have gone through 3 of these already. 3 of these, 5 things of whipped cream, gone. We just started doing actually tent setups. So it's kind of a learning curve. Make sure you have what you need because we're so used to being on the truck. Hot cider.
Look closely at the words written on the back of this passenger seat. Quote, "Can't catch us." But Wednesday afternoon in East Baltimore, that's exactly what happened.
You're going to bail out, guys. Stay with the driver. Number 1 bail in a gray beanie. Number 1 bail, gray beanie holding his waistband.
This resident was outside her home when a pursuit of a stolen vehicle ended almost at her front door.
I was out cutting the grass and I heard a bang. When I looked up, the truck had ran into a pole and 5 or 6 young men jumped out and ran.
The bang was this stolen Honda hitting a pole after a short foot chase.
A couple of them stumbled.
Baltimore police arresting 4 juveniles. Fox 45 cameras were there when the teens were placed into cuffs.
If they're underage, they'll be home tonight and back out here tomorrow to most likely do the same thing again.
The 4 arrests come just 2 days after Baltimore police announced the arrest of 16 juveniles for a list of different charges, many of them repeat offenders. 2 of those 16 have been arrested more than 9 times.
It's sad. I don't know how we can fix it.
Commissioner Worley at the time saying curbing juvenile crime will require help from schools and families and more accountability.
It's not the school's responsibility. I guess nowadays they just don't fear their parents like we did.
While this resident differs in opinion on who's responsible,
I'm looking for answers just like everybody else.
she agrees there has to be accountability when it comes to juvenile crime.
There has to be some stiffer penalties to cause them to change, to make them think before they do the things that they do. I think they should be given a taste of what it feels like to be in jail, to be locked up.
Well, lawmakers tried passing a previous version of this bill last session, but it died in the House of Delegates. But tonight, get set, another go. The rain and wet roads slowing down traffic a bit on Friday along I-695 and I-83 in Baltimore County. But in Annapolis, a Senate bill working its way through the legislature that could also slow the traffic flow.
More speed cameras? What's wrong with the speed limit?
Baltimore County could soon see a new set of speed cameras along I-695 and I-83 if a bipartisan bill introduced by 5 state senators from Baltimore County is passed into law. The legislation, designated as Senate Bill 338. The bill calls for up to 14 speed cameras along the 2 highways in either direction. Bill sponsor Senator Chris West, Republican from District 42 in Baltimore County, was unavailable for an interview, but has said he's proposing the bill in an effort to curb excessive speeding and improve road safety. But what say motorists?
They should put speed cameras on 695 and 83.
Why?
Because people drive crazy. They go too fast.
So this would add more expenses, right? So it seems like it might be a way to squeeze more money out of folks who are to do the best they can.
I just got a speed camera ticket in the mail today. So I guess I'm not happy about that.
The exact locations of the cameras would be identified by the State Highway Administration, local and state police agencies as high-risk areas for serious or fatal car crashes. The bill says the cameras would capture drivers going at least 16 miles per hour over the speed limit on I-695 and at least 12 miles per hour over the stated limits on I-83, with all ticket proceeds to cover roadway and safety improvements on those roads within the county. Still, the opposition.
I mean, always policing people, always not believing that we can do the right thing without being policed. Personally, I don't want to go over the speed limit unless I have a huge emergency.
Well, get caught by the camera, it's a civil penalty capped at $40 unless a police officer issues a citation at the time of the offense. Now, if passed and signed by the governor, the new law goes into effect in July. Reporting along the JFX, Keith Daniels, Fox 45 News.
Well, a much different scene than just 8.5 hours ago when just behind me it was full of crime scene tape and investigators in a shooting that Chief Robert McCullough is calling targeted.
As this sign just feet away from the Wilkins Police Station says Baltimore County Police are hiring. Tonight, one of their own is recovering after being shot.
For an officer that shot.
Around 2:30 Thursday afternoon, Baltimore County Police say a man walked inside the Wilkins Police Station.
Walked inside the lobby. He spoke to our desk officers.
What that conversation was about is unknown, but that's when police say the man encountered the officer and spoke with him before walking away. That's when he turned around and opened fire.
He at that time fired several shots at that officer. Keep in mind, it was at shift change. There were 2 other officers in the parking lot, including our officer who was shot, who at that time removed their handguns and began firing at the suspect, and he fired back at
EMS audio detailing the aftermath.
I have on board a 30-year-old police officer, GSW. How do you copy? Copy. 30-year-old male, gunshot going to the right lower abdomen.
That suspect's name and age are being withheld by police.
All I can tell you is he's male.
However, EMS audio suggests he's in his 20s.
GSW, 26 male. He does have a gunshot wound to his right thigh.
That's consistent. The injuries Chief Robert McCullough said the suspect received. Meanwhile, as the suspect's name is being withheld, he's had very little previous interaction with police.
He has a limited criminal record. That's all I can say at this time.
But what the chief can say, he believes his officer, for whatever reason, was targeted.
It was very clear that this was premeditated. We continue to investigate this and look into it even further to find out exactly what motivated this individual to do what they did today.
Meanwhile, tonight, that officer still recovering at shock trauma. Now, what charges that shooter or suspect is facing is unknown right now, as well as his condition. In Catonsville, Vincent Hill, Fox 45 News.
Inside Canton's Charm City Skate Park.
Good job.
There's more than meets the eye.
We have everything.
That's pro skater, filmmaker, and clothing designer Joey Jett. And create and skate is his vision come to life.
Everything we have here has to deal with art, whether it's skateboarding, photography, videography, music, painting, just everything I envision art should in every form.
It's a space fostering creativity and independence for kids. It gets their bodies and their brains moving.
I look at a lot of these forms of art as more of a philosophy and a mindset, and it teaches life lessons like perseverance, independence, creativity. And it's not just about skateboarding or music. They all share these qualities.
Blending the world of art and skateboarding is a new concept.
He teaches me to believe in myself and to focus.
And the kids?
The best thing is coming here is learning new things.
Well, they seem to love it.
I can do a rock, a fakie, switch rock, tail, kick turn. I can drop in by myself. I'm working on the feeble, and I can kind of do a ollie.
But what they love even more.
He's kind, and every time I don't land a trick, he just says one more time. He's very nice, he's patient.
Is Joey.
Joey always lets you have some chances, even if you fall.
Just really kind, and he teaches us very, he starts from where we need to go all the way to he knows what level we're kind of at.
And their parents love him too for all the time he's putting in to teach their children so much more than just skating.
He's incredible. I've never seen someone so gifted with the kids. They really admire him and look up to him so much, and he's such a great role model to have for them.
Let's see a kick turn. Nice.
It's exactly what Joey always dreamed of.
When I was 8 years old, I struggled a lot in school. I had dyslexia, and my teacher would always be like, put your head down and think of a happy place. And this is what I thought about, and just ended up working really hard to create it.
And now he's inspiring others to chase their dreams too.
My goal is not necessarily making the next Tony Hawk. I'm trying to make the next successful person.
In Baltimore.
He is the sickest skateboarder who I ever met.
Maxine Stryker, Fox 45 News.
Woo!